Hey everyone, it's Erin Photo here, and I am here to show you how I move into my new bullet journal. So this bullet journal has served me well. I'm actually at the beginning of June, so I haven't filled in my June yet. However, you can see it's nice and loved here, and I loved using this notebook. I love the mint, but I am on a pretty regular schedule that I last about 6 months in these bullet journals. So we have to move on to a new bullet journal. So I will go ahead and show you a few of the things that I have been planning. So those are my pages for June. And then I started planning my next bullet journal. So all I really did was go into what am I keeping, what am I getting rid of, and what am I adding. And then I put some types of changes that I wanted on this page, sketching a few ideas. And then ultimately I sketched out those ideas into my new bullet journal. So this is how I sketched out a few ideas. So I'm going to kind of show you so this was my year at a glance for 2018, and I'll put the video up above there and in the description so that you can see how I planned this one out for moving into a new bullet journal in 2018. So I have a year at a glance, and then I had a birthday and holiday tracker separately, and I did a full year even though I knew I wouldn't be in this notebook for a year, just so I could see what is on the horizon. So I have decided, if I can get back there, that I'm going to keep that year at a glance, but I'm going to combine it with my birthday and holiday tracker. I'm going to keep the quarterly goals, and then I'm getting rid of the social media tracker and the body weight, body fat tracker. And then I'm also going to add this 19 before 2019 wedding at a glance, Etsy idea page, YouTube idea page, and a mid-year review. So I am going to voice over just a bit of this, but I'm going to mostly turn you over to the music while I go ahead and set up my new bullet journal. Hey everyone, so I'm really excited about this spread because I really liked how the sketches came out, and combining those two things to make something a little bit more practical for me, especially at a 6-month glance. So I'm using this Moxie Dory circle maker that you can find on Etsy, which I'll link down in the description below, with a little paper clip, and I am doing each of the sections just like I did for my previous one, which again I'll link above in the card and in the description. So while I'm making these segments, I'm also hitting the camera, which of course I am, and I'm sorry if you can see my face a little bit because it's kind of hard to make these little segments, but I really enjoy how it turned out. So just like before, I'm having these little arms come off of each of the months so that I know what events are going on in that particular month, and I can section it off a little bit better from there. So I decided, instead of just doing a black and white theme like I did last time, I'm going to add in this aqua color just to give some springtime feel to this bullet journal. So now I'm going to go in and add the months on each of the segments. So now I'm combining the year at a glance with the circle tracker that I did for my birthday and holidays. So all I'm really doing is putting July, August, and September on the left-hand side, and I'm keeping it consistent with that circle, and then adding in the months where the colors are, and then going in and adding the days. I decided to do a super speed for this because you don't need to see me really slowly writing in all of those numbers, because doing 1 through 30 or 31 every single month is a long process. And of course I used my Tombow Mono air correction tape because I put it in the wrong column. So this spread is really simple. This is going to be my wedding at a glance page. So I'm just labeling it countdown to I do. So this is so that I have just a general spread that I can put ideas, different types of appointments and all that kind of stuff down, instead of having to switch back and forth between my wedding bullet journal and this one so much. It really helps me to have just the wedding at a glance in the same space. And then same with the Etsy brain dump and the YouTube brain dump, so that I can just jot down ideas when they come to me. So this one is the most significant one that I'm going to show you, because I'm going to go ahead and fill in everything since I took some time just to sketch out these ideas on my couch. So basically what's going on right now is my cat is being a butthead. But after that, I am putting in my 19 before 2019. And I'll go ahead and link back to the one that I did in 2018. I'll put in that video up above and in the description. And this is a concept by Lisa Jacobs. And I think I saw it on Boho Berry and a bunch of other artists do this every single year, where they just come up with 19 things or goals or things that they want to maintain throughout the year before it turns into 2019. So just like last time I did this, I decided to split it up kind of into categories where I have my business related things all grouped together. I have my work related things grouped together, my personal things, being healthier, things like that. So this isn't necessarily like 100 shop listings is the first thing that I want to get done in my 19 before 2019. It's more like this is my business category, this is a different category, this currently is my work category that you're seeing right now. So it's not so much a sequential thing as it is just overall clumped together, and these are the general 19 things that I want to do before 2019. One of the major things I want to do is get a puppy. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I am using this one not as a thing that I definitely want to get done, but I really do want to research a little bit more into getting a dog, because we have two wonderful cats that act like dogs and I think they're lonely. So I think we need a dog. I also need to find a dress because I am getting married next year in 2019, so I definitely need to find a dress before then. I've already started doing my appointments, and that's really exciting, and then getting some engagement photos with my love. So after that quick still, now I'm doing a mid-year review. So I thought about doing that in my current bullet journal, but it's something that I really want to actually look at while I'm doing my next spread, which is the quarterly goals section. So I really want to take into account what things worked, what things didn't during the first 2 quarters of the year. For me, it's actually the 3rd quarter, but what are you going to do? Government runs on a different fiscal year than calendar year. So I really do want to take a mid-year review and then help that shape my quarterly goals. All right, so in the voiceover I explained most of this, but I just want to kind of do a little bit of a recap. First of all, if you recreate any of these spreads, feel free to tag me on Instagram at @AaronFloated and I will showcase them during my July, or actually whenever you do it, it'll probably be like the next big month video. So this is an adaptation from my spread from last year. So last year I did kind of this flat version, and then I did a birthday and holiday tracker. So it went January, February, March, April, and so on, going around the ring. And then I have these little spokes coming out of it for the specific birthdays and holidays. So I decided to combine those two things to give me this, and I decided to only do a 6-month snapshot. So I added the actual calendar year at a glance on the side panels, and then I will go in and highlight the day and then add in, so for example, July 3rd is my parents' anniversary, so I will highlight 3 and then put that right there. So that is my plan for that spread. And then I have a countdown to I do. So if you have seen on this channel and you see the ring on my finger, I have a wedding coming up and I have a wedding bullet journal, but I want to have something that is in the journal that I carry with me all the time so that I can jot down little notes and little reminders and things like that, so that eventually they can get onto my wedding bullet journal. And so that, you know, if someone asks me a question, hopefully a lot of my like snapshot things are right here, and I can add like a cute little countdown bar at some point. And then I have an Etsy brain dump and a YouTube brain dump that's just a general dumping ground. Sometimes I do it on my monthly as well, where I have like an Etsy YouTube type situation. And then I have a YouTube one. If there are any videos that you want to see from me, please let me know, and I will include those in my brain dump so that I can schedule them for the future. And then this was the spread that obviously took up the most time and had the most erasing going on. So my 19 before 2019 is similar to my 2018 one, which I will link in the card and in the description. I had a full video on that. I split it up by business and work, personal, and then these last few are for the wedding. So I want to find a dress by the end of the year. I want to book my honeymoon. I want to do our engagement photos. Vacation is probably going to be the one that's hardest because I'm trying to save my vacation time for my honeymoon. So I liked how this turned out with all like the splashes of color. Then I have a mid-year review, so I wanted to be able to look at my review when I go to put in my stuff for the quarter. So I have business, work, and personal. Last quarter I had an I do section, but I think I handled that with this countdown to I do. So I didn't need to include that in this section because that made it pretty compact, and I wasn't able to add a lot of things. So I wanted to keep it just to that business, work, and personal for now. And so that's it. I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, if you recreate anything, please go ahead and tag me on Instagram at AirinFloated Let me know what you think in the description, comments, and all that kind of stuff below so that I can, I don't know, feel good about myself. So thank you so much for joining me for my setup for July, where I'm setting up my whole bullet journal in this A5 gorgeous pastel lavender Scribbles That Matter journal, which if you haven't seen me talk about Scribbles That Matter, this is my notebook of choice. All of the tools I used are going to be down below. And if you like these types of videos, if you want to hear more from me, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when I post, which is every single Friday. So thank you all and have a great weekend.